Right guys, update. Back's still out. I've checked it a million times. I've checked it that many times now. I don't know what to say about it. I think I might have fallen. I do this all the time. I look at them that much that I start to fall in love with it a bit, and then I look at it too much. So I've been studying perving on it for like the last hour, thinking that's one nice exhaust part of that. Just looking at it all, I just keep looking at it all, thinking, yeah, spot on, that absolutely spot on. It's the problem with making really nice stuff in it, and then being a fan of nice motorbike stuff is, once I've made it, I spend too much time looking at it, I think. So we just need to crack on. But that's what makes them look nice, and it's because I spend far too much time looking at it, making it look nice is the reason that it looks nice. So, perfect. I can't find any fault with it. It's absolutely perfect. The welds, there's little bits of dodgy bits on the welds, but there's got to be, because you've seen me weld it. I welded it round like 6 goes to weld round 1. So these little bits where you see the tacks and stuff like that, where I've not gone over them right, or when you're joining this fin edging, it's just the way it's been welding it. I'm welding them all freehand. If you were welding pipe segments on one of them, a rotator, what are they called then? A positioner. On a positioner, then they'd be all nice and neat. I've had an attempt at it. I've laser cut some parts, got them together, welded them up neatly. Yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect all the way around, like I'd done it on a positioner but without a positioner. Just because the laser cut parts fit together so nice, where this is all handmade, so none of it fits together nice. You have to tap bits over and whack it with an hammer and then tack it and weld it, and yeah, it's trying to pull itself all over, sure. So that's it, nice. I'm leaving it for today. What we're going to do is I'm going to drag your barrel over there. You might be able to see it from over here. Let's turn it that way. There. There's an AJS sticking out. What I need to do is I need to get that moved. So I'll just leave it like that, because what I've got this pipe here, and we're going to sand bend it. So I'm going to stick it in vice down here. But first thing, I need to move the bike that the pipe's for. There we go, that's an 100-year-old AJS, that. It looks 100-year-old as well, it's still got gas lamps on it. Me and Guy from Car Garage have just been looking at gas lamps on it. This one at back here, I was saying, looks like Tinkerbell should live in it. I'll grab you. I really like this, I really, really like it. This could be where hydroforming fairies live. Inside there. How nice is that? Like a little fairy house. Or a little genie inside there maybe. So that's it, that little pipe there. Basically runs on acetylene. Runs down like this, under the seat, round onto the other side. And that can there is how your gas is made. Basically, layman's terms, you put limestone in the bottom of there, and then you put water on the top. The water drips onto the limestone, dissolves it, creates gas. The gas comes up into the top, it gets piped out of there. So this obviously, this end here, there's another nipple on it, wants a pipe going up to the front light, and then it runs the gas down there. You open that up, get your little wick out, stick it in there, light that nozzle, close it up, little flame flickering in the night. Front headlight's sweet as well, but yeah, like I say, that one's not linked up, but you do the same thing, open that up, get your little flint out, or whatever, your little matchstick, get that lit, close it, like a lighthouse or like an old car or a steam engine or old train, all the same lights on them, really, really nice. So yeah, that's there. I'm probably going to set camera up here, we'll do a bit of sand bending. Saturday in it, Saturday, so I'm just wanted to break off doing that big bike. Just do some little jobs, just mess about for the day. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to bend that, see what it looks like. There is another pipe that I could bend at the same time, and I thought about it because it makes sense to bend two at the same time. But then I also want to make some rear loops, and they need looking at. I need to measure them, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll pause this. We'll go and get the big barrel out, set you up over here. Film us do a bit of sand bending here. Right guys, up there. Yeah, I should say that at the start, not in the middle. Pipes here, bikes there. What I need to do now is move it again. It's too close, I can't see nothing. So what I'm going to do is get it down the bottom end of that room again. Down there somewhere. I'll take it down there and then I can get pipe on it. So, oh, and I need to block up the front wheel. That's what the problem's been at the moment. Let's get it down there, now you can see it. Right, I've got this pipe, been sat up floor cooling down. It's still a bit warm. Put them blocks on the front wheel because I want to see where it is level. And I can't try it on yet until I've cut it short. You need to get them fair bob on because otherwise it'll end up like that. Well, it wants to end up like that, but I think the bend might need pulling out a bit at the top. Wants to sit about there, does it? Really hard to tell where it'll be when it's not. Maybe try over the top a bit. Right, I think it's very, very, very close. There's only one way to find out, really, and it's to cap it inside of that with a piece of wire. And see what it looks like then when it's on the bike. So I'm doing it backwards now, a bit of reverse engineering. Because I'm close, yeah, I just need to double check that, because that's similar to my pattern, not the same as my pattern. If I get a piece of wire, I can make it exactly the same as that. Try it on again. So I'll pause it, do my wire checking, maybe tweak this a bit, then we'll empty it sand out, we'll have a look at it on the bike, hopefully just get it done. If I get that done and it slots over there, all I need to do is make a P-clamp for it, which I've got, possibly. Might have one spare P-clamp. Just to put a little clamp up to the top of there, job done. So I'll come and press pause and we'll be back. Right guys, pipe's cooled down, tried it on bike a few times. It's a little bit out. The only way I know that is because I've made this little wire pattern and I've checked it on inside of it, and then that, so I made the wire pattern to the inside of it and then I've checked that on the bike, and I've altered this so it does fit the bike, because the pipe weren't fitting before, it were heading up, heading down, whichever way. So now I'm going to put this back in vice, get blowtorch out and just put the tweaks in now to make it match the wire pattern, and then it'll fit. Because we know the wire pattern fits because we tried that on the bike. So it's just doing the last little bits of tweaks now. Hopefully you'll still be able to see me over here as we go back. Yeah, so just go and marry it up, put it back in vice. And make sure that they're both the same. Right guys, update. Didn't bring camera in with me yesterday, and it finished while I was bending the pipe for this AJS, I think, didn't it? Run out of memory, something like that. I think it ran out of memory while we were doing that pipe. I carried on, I did a little bit of it. I don't know if you can see it down there, to be honest. Yeah, it's down there. I did a little bit more of it, got it somewhere near, strapped it on. And I need to do a little bit more of it. Basically, let me zoom that out for you. I need to put some wooden blocks on the front wheel just to get the bottom of the pipe level, so then I know the pipe's level with ground when it's sat back off. It sounds, when you put the rear stand up, it flicks the back wheel up in air, so you need to lift front wheel up in air so it sits level. Them wooden blocks, I've been using them underneath the back wheel of this GSXR, so I've just been messing about with that as well for the last day. Just been doing some little messing about jobs. So here's GSXR. Basically what I've been doing is a rubber bobbin there to hold this section of the pipe and to hold a bit of the tailpipe, so it's sat there, it's on its own now. I've not got this piece of string tying this on, that's here. So everything I had to prop it all up before, all stands, everything else. Now it's hanging because the bolt actually doesn't go all the way through. It goes near enough all the way, it goes enough that I can just click the bracket over it. I've had it on there with a G-clamp to make sure it stays in the same place while I weld the brackets onto the pipes. So that's done, I've took them off, welded round it all, put it back on, made sure it lined up, and I just wanted to check that that goes up and down while that's in its right place. This needs a little bit more jiggling again, and I can check it, mark on where I'm going to put the springs, then I'm going to pull it all off completely, right down to the front collars, which I've not had off yet. While I've been making it, them front collars have never been off, so I'll take the front collars out. I need to drill them to put some springs through them. So they need a really fine hole put in through each collar. It's a collar that, innit? I call it a flange as well. Drill a little hole in them, weld spring hooks to all the joints, put the springs on it, and then it's finished apart from an alley bracket, but the customer said he's going to do alley bracket down from there down to the cam. So that's not my job. But first of all, oh yeah, so I've checked that. So first of all, I'm going to stick a piece of wood underneath this AJS. Trim that up, that just wants trimming. It's just leaning a bit down at front, a bit like that. And if I trim it up, it'll go in like that and bring, back end's kicking up a little bit. So I want to just eke it round a bit. Probably means trimming it off, but it's got a, this has got a bodgy, not a flange, but a collar on top of it. Basically, when wet part comes out head, wait, sorry, you're going to have to go on a bit of a wander. Wet part comes out head down there. That's supposed to be like on a nut or something. When Fred will have gone on nut, so what they've done is welded a bit of scaffolding pipe on there to make a new spigot to come off it. So I'm going onto there, but it's got a ton of braze around it. In fact, it's got a ton of braze around it, and then they groundhog braze back. I'll set you off and have a look. I think because they groundhog braze off, I don't think it'll be that strong. It might end up cracking off that. So that's what we've got that there. Wrong way on the lightening up. Yeah, I need to get the pipe to slip on, so it's probably made, the pipe's probably right if it went up to there, but because that braze flares it out, what I might do is just stretch the end of the pipe so it slips over that braze so you can't see it. And what I want it to do is tighten up that gap there. So that just wants to go up a little tiny bit. And at the moment, it looks like it's really low here, but that's because the back wheel's up in here and front wheel's on floor. So I'm going to readjust all that. I'm going to do that now. That just finishes off that video. I'll show you when it's done. I just wanted to wrap that up before I carried on with GSXR. That's done. It's going. I basically will just trim that up now. Spend an hour on it. Tops. In fact, an hour would probably be too long, and he spent about half an hour on it. And then we're going to strip GSXR down for one last time. So when I do another video of that, it might be an update. Yeah, actually, we'll just finish this video off now. Next video, update. We're going to be on with that for one last time. Happy days, right. I'll see you all soon. Right guys, this is the finishing shot. It's all done. Suzuki's still here. I'm going to mess about with that. I'm going to have a look at the spring dimensions before I go home, mark it up. But I just thought I'd show you this before I put it away, because this is done. It's all fastened on, brackets on, collars on. It's not got a collar, but I'll show you in a minute. It looks stunning. It's another perfect pipe from Raysons. First of all, yesterday I didn't think, or the other day when I bent that pipe, I didn't think it'd look that good. I didn't think it'd go, and it has gone. It's one of them where I'm relying on the dints to make it right. So coming down here, let's see if we can get a bit of focus in. That run from there in a straight line to there, it's that casing, and on the back of that, it's actually flattened away where the old pipe's been running on it. So what I've done is we've had a little bit of clearance to it. You're maybe not going to be able to see that on camera, but you can see daylight through there. I'll put a dint where that white mark is. Then it's run round. That's slightly sloping down. It's a really nice line again. And we've put another dint, a couple of dints actually, one in the back to clear that nut, which does need sorting out a bit. The thread needs taking off the end of that to make it fit nice. I've just loosened it up and knocked it through, or it needs winding through to the other side. And then we put a nice little dint underneath the foot peg. And then I've added one of them. That's actually out of my sample boxes, that strap. I've totally run out of them, so I didn't have any more blanks left to make any more new straps. So I've got them on laser. I've got them on order, laser cutters. But yeah, I just thought, oh, well, we'll just use the one out of the box. It saves whatever, saves the time that it took to make that, because I'd already made it. Let's make sure I can go backwards. And that's what it looks like from side on. So yeah, it's got a perfect line. I'm not a massive fan of an AJS pipe, mainly because they look like they droop down here. So that's why I've just give it a little bit of a lift, and then try getting that in as tight as we can to that casing. You can still turn steering left to right, load of room. It doesn't look like there's room here, but, and then even the line at the back, see here, that's sweet. It don't quite follow that triangle. It's lifted up a little bit, but then it lines up lovely with that rear stand. So yeah, that's it, looking lovely. That's another one done. Like I say, I'm gonna have a look at this GSXR. Now I've stood up off me, my toes are hurting from kneeling down. Yeah, I'm going to crack on with GSXR. I just thought I'd just wrap that video up, get it done. That's another bike done. When everyone's saying, oh, what have you been doing? I reckon you're not on my bike yet. It's because we've got these little bikes in between that nobody really sees. Back onto a big job tomorrow. We'll get them spring hooks welded on, and I'm going picking up some chrome, so nothing fancy, just eBay orders that they've waited a week now because chrome has messed them up. Annoying. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back soon. Have a good night.